Hey guys, this video is from our real New Yorkers. So last year in November, I posted this video with Apartmentsnyc. It was a property tour of a listing in Hamilton Heights, and people went off on the comments. Like, there was over 400 comments saying, like, it's not Hamilton Heights, it's Harlem. Who is this guy? He's just a transplant New Yorker. Meanwhile, I was born and raised in New York City. I lived in the tri-state all of my life. I was born in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, and I also lived in Harlem for about 5 years. So today, we're gonna ask random people on the street, do they consider it Hamilton Heights or do they consider it Harlem? So tag along with me. Would you consider this Hamilton Heights or Harlem?
It's both.
Both?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a district in Harlem.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right, thanks for your time. Enjoy your weekend. You know what's interesting, right? As a New Yorker, sometimes I would say, like, growing up in the city, you forget how historic New York City is, right? So this house behind me, it was a house that Alexander Hamilton built. Alexander Hamilton is one of our founding fathers that created the Constitution of the US. And the reason why he chose this location was because during the Revolutionary War, they actually could see from the hills of Upper Manhattan when, like, the British troops would come in to, like, Lower Manhattan. So they could see in the distance. This area has a lot of history that a lot of people are not familiar with. And technically, Hamilton Heights is called Hamilton Heights because of Alexander Hamilton, because he decided to build his house here.
I guess this is something many people don't know, right? Like,
I mean, we just asked the gentleman on the street, is it Hamilton Heights or Harlem? And he felt like, no, Hamilton Heights is a district in Harlem, and that's actually not the case. Central Harlem starts at 126th Street all the way up to 155th Street, where Rucker Park is, and it boards Park Avenue and the Harlem River Drive on the east side, and on the west side, St. Nicholas is the border. Hamilton Heights starts at 135th Street all the way up to 155th Street, and the divider between Harlem and Hamilton Heights on the east side is St. Nicholas Avenue, and it stretches all the way to the Hudson River. So is it Hamilton Heights or Harlem?
I would say that this is Harlem.
Harlem? Okay.
My parents live there, so
Yeah.
I've been living here for
Yeah.
all 24 years of my life. I moved around a bit,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was born here, raised here.
Cool. Yeah, so I lived in Riverton for a little bit, but I'm from Brooklyn originally.
Oh, okay.
Born and raised there.
Do you
Bed-Stuy.
like this better than Brooklyn?
That's a good question. Yeah, I would. I would prefer this neighborhood over Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from Bed-Stuy, so I don't think I would move back to Bed-Stuy,
What?
even though I sell a lot in Bed-Stuy and she lives in
I live in
Bed-Stuy.
Bed-Stuy.
But I personally, I like it up here better.
Yeah, I think it's a really nice mix between like quiet and calm, but if you go a little bit further downtown, there's like a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff over here. Like, most of these brownstones were built like late 1800s, early 1900s. over
how
here.
much does a brownstone in this area cost?
That's a good question. So something that needs a gut renovation could be as low as 1.5 million. And something that is fully gut renovated, move-in ready, could go anywhere from 2.7 all the way up to like $3.5 million.
I also saw on the video that you posted, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's way too expensive. Why would people like pay millions of dollars in Hamilton Heights? What is your opinion?
In my opinion, compared to the rest of Manhattan, it's a lot more affordable than the rest of, well, it's not my opinion, that's what the prices show, it's a lot more affordable than the rest of Manhattan. For example, if you take the same townhouse in Hamilton Heights that's around $3 million and you put it on the Upper West Side, I mean, that townhouse on the Upper West Side could be about $10+ million. So it's a lot, you get a lot more bang for your buck in Upper Manhattan. I've sold in both Hamilton Heights and Harlem. We currently have 2 townhouses on the market in Hamilton Heights and Harlem. I would say there's pros and cons to both. Like, I don't think one neighborhood is particularly better. I just think it's very subjective on the buyer, what the buyer is looking for, and ultimately where they feel more comfortable at. Me personally, it's a tough pick. Like, some days I will live in this part of Hamilton Heights. Some days I'm like, oh, I love this street, like the listing we have on Strivers Road, which is, in my opinion, one of the best streets, if not the best street in Harlem. So it's ultimately up to the buyer. In my opinion, right now is the best time to actually buy in both neighborhoods. There's a good amount of inventory, and sellers seem to be a lot more flexible on the price than they were about 2 years ago. So it's a really good time to buy in both neighborhoods. We're gonna head up Convent Avenue. Probably one of the most historic blocks in Hamilton Heights. In Harlem, the average rent for a studio is $2,400. Average rent for 1 bedroom, $3,000. Average rent for 2 bedroom, $3,600. All of those rents are under the average rent for Manhattan. So that means it's a good deal. For Hamilton Heights now, so before I quote the stats, before I quote the rental stats of Hamilton Heights, which one do you think is more affordable? Central Harlem or Hamilton Heights? Comment below. Oh, here are the rental stats for Hamilton Heights. Studios, $2,750. 1 bedrooms, $3,000. 2 bedrooms, $3,400. All of these stats are from renthop.com. And basically, Hamilton Heights, some studios are higher in Hamilton Heights versus Central Harlem, but the 1 beds are lower, and then the other ones, the 2 bed, 3 beds, and 4 bedrooms are pretty similar. So, well, it seems like they're all good options, and they're all under the average rent in Manhattan. The average rent in Manhattan is $5,200 right now. Why does it take so long to find a bagel shop? Like, this is crazy. We've been walking like 20 minutes for a bagel shop.
Justin, would you say Hamilton Heights and Harlem are safe neighborhoods?
So that's a good question. As a realtor, I can't talk about that, but if you did want to find the crime stats out, the best thing to do would be to go to the precinct's website. You could easily Google that online, see what the nearest precinct is, and check out the crime stats. I love New York because it's such a big city and so diverse, has so many people, but with the downside of that is, just like Mayor Adams has said, I mean, there's so many people, there is going to be crime, but the crime, according to the population, is still relatively low compared to other cities. Is it Harlem or Hamilton Heights?
It's Harlem all day. Harlem. This is all Harlem. We're on 145th and what?
Amsterdam.
Uptown.
Uptown?
It's Harlem.
So we're 3 for Harlem so far.
Harlem 3. I'm from Harlem.
Yeah.
But then I lived in Spanish Harlem.
Yeah.
I got my own apartment on 116th Street,
Yeah.
Madison.
Yeah. When I was in high school, I used to hang up there all the time. Like, it was like my friend, one of my friends. He was from 129th and between Lenox. And,
Oh, yeah, that was the day.
That block was that block. There was a lot going on in that block. Yeah. All right, love. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend.
Good weekend.
In terms of transportation, right? So we have this listing at 413 West 145th Street. It's a stone away from the express line, the A, the C, the B, and the D train. So if I take the D train to Rockefeller Center, I will get there in 15 minutes, door to door. So Hamilton Heights actually has some of the best transportation, even though Harlem has more subway lines. So this church coming up, Law and Order, has been filmed here many times.
Oh, wow.
Is it Hamilton Heights or Harlem?
Hamilton Heights.
All right, we got our one Hamilton Heights. Look at that. Enjoy work. All right, so we've been doing this video, like Hamilton Heights versus Harlem, and I've been asking like random people, like, is this Hamilton Heights or do you consider it Harlem?
This, I consider this Washington.
Yeah, because we crossed 155th Street, but we went down 155th Street, right?
And yeah, then that's Harlem.
Harlem? Okay.
Just in NYC.
Justin Martinez, NYC.
Okay.
I never get an everything bagel. I usually cinnamon raisin. I'm like a diehard cinnamon raisin guy. You know what? It's really fresh. Yeah. Usually bagels at this time, like 2 o'clock right now, 2:30, are not this fresh. Yeah, it's good, really good. So in this corner, you have Harlem, Hamilton Heights, and Washington Heights. This is where it all connects. And that bagel is absolutely delicious. Thank you, Bo's Bagels. And I'm a little bit disappointed. We asked 5 people today. 4 out of the 5 said it's Harlem, not Hamilton Heights. We got 1 Hamilton Heights. So it's Hamilton Heights, guys. Like, it's not Harlem, it's Hamilton Heights. It's a separate neighborhood. And it predates what people were saying in the comments. The reason why it's called Hamilton Heights because Alexander Hamilton, one of the founding fathers, built his house in 1802. Comment below if you agree. Is it Harlem or Hamilton Heights? Subscribe to this channel. We're gonna drop a video every Thursday. And like this video so the algorithm could pick it up. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.